Brogan Woo with my new favorite person in the world.
That's going to be the intro.
And that's why I think I also love vampire movies, because I'm such a hopeless romantic. And like, to me, like, that's the way I see love. Like, I'm like, please drink my blood. Let's live together forever. I will die for you. Will you die for me? I don't want to be the fanciest cook. You know, I don't want, that's like not my, that's just not my style. Like, I want to make you something where you're going to feel like, oh, wow, like this, you know, this reminds me of going to my Nona's when I was younger, and I was 7 years old and I was freezing and I went sledding all day, and I came in and she had a big pot of soup or like a really great pasta dish, and there was hot cider and hot chocolate. Like, that feeling of like warmth and home and familiarity.
It is love.
Is love. Wow, like now that
did you hire like a whole crew?
Well, I mean, it was all for our senior thesis. So we
shut
all helped
up.
each other with our project.
Wait, that was for school?
Yes, it was my senior thesis project.
Okay, it was so fucking good.
So like, it was perfect because I got all this help. I mean, I don't know if you can tell in the video, but like, you know about lighting. We started really early. And so like in the beginning, you know, it's like I'm fresh and like bright-eyed and like super stoked and into it. And then like as the day goes on, I'm like full, I'm kind of drunk, my makeup's fading, we're losing lights. Towards the end of the video, like we were all starving and ready to be done.
I thought it looked great though.
Thank you.
No, honestly, I loved it. And I actually rewatched it trying to set up for today's podcast because I was like, why the fuck hasn't she posted anything else on YouTube?
That's why I love TikTok though, because but it's like, that's what's scary. That's how
it's like quick.
That's how I really commend you, because for me, it's like even 60 seconds takes me like 45 minutes, but I'm also cooking. And the other thing that sucks about like the cooking videos,
you forget a step.
You really only get one shot though. I mean, I'm not a millionaire. I'm not going to buy fucking 6 fillets for one steak video. If I fuck up that shot, it's fucked up.
Yeah, no, I absolutely get that. Cheers. All right, so welcome back to All Over the Place. I'm your host, Layne Fable, and today we have the Kitchen Witch. She is a phenomenal cook. I call her a chef. She says she's a home cook.
Thanks, chefs. I think, like, you know, it's like you really earn that title going
We're already off to a messy start. I'm the worst.
Yeah, I know. I just want to be respectful because I think people that do go through the culinary training, you know, like they deserve that title.
Okay, that's true.
So I do it to like, you know, I don't want
to be proper.
To be proper.
I get that. All right. So she's a home cook, a very talented home cook, famous on TikTok, and
it's very subjective.
Brogan Woo. Welcome to the podcast. Now that I finally got it set up, I swear I was supposed to have it ready like right when you got here.
It's all right because now we have a little liquid courage. I'll be much funnier and charismatic.
You don't need any
probably
help.
overshare.
You don't need any
yourself.
help in that department. You don't need any help. Give us the quick elevator pitch, because Brogan and I have known each other for over a decade now.
Definitely over a decade.
Which is crazy, but we haven't seen each other in years.
But I feel like we're like one of those friends where it's kind of like that's why social media is dope. I mean, I have other friends like this too, where it's like I don't see you, but I know everything that's going on, and I feel like I trust you, and like we just pick up where we left off.
Absolutely.
It's very natural and organic.
Yeah.
Much like the food I like to make.
I love it. You need your own goddamn podcast. But yeah, so first off, how did you get into cooking? That was probably the number one question that everyone asked.
So it's actually really interesting because, you know, I come from a mixed household. I'm half Chinese, I'm half Irish. And I come from a family of foodies. My dad, just like your dad, is like an excellent cook. So my mom, growing up, she like cooked for us dinners, and she was always really like a big health nut. Like everything had to be organic. I mean, I think every night for years we had brown rice and baked salmon and broccoli. Like, you know, which is great.
That's
you
like
know?
my favorite meal.
She totally installed those values in me. And then my dad was like the fun, indulgent one who would make like tripe and stew and steaks and all that good stuff. But it's funny because I really was a picky eater growing up. I mean, I really only wanted like chicken fingers and pizza. And and everyone else, it's so sad because one thing.
I did not know this.
That breaks my heart is growing up, like all my siblings were really into it, and my dad would take them to these amazing like Michelin rated restaurants for like chef tables, and I never wanted to go because it was like there's nothing I can eat. And now I look back and I'm like, oh my God, the food I missed out on. And then when did I start getting into food? So I guess I don't know if I should say, okay, if like we want to be on it, but like when I was in high school and I was like smoking like a lot of pot, I would have the munchies. So like that's when I was like, okay, wow.
Shut up. That kickstarted it?
Yeah. Well, like kickstarted in the sense that everything tastes amazing when you're stoned. So,
and you think of these like pears.
Yes.
Like, pears that you're like, you wouldn't do otherwise.
Totally. So that wasn't like when I got into cooking. That's when I was like, okay, like I love to go out to eat. I love to eat a lot of different foods. And then I went away to college and I got like super fat. I gained like the freshman like 25.
When have you ever been fat?
Oh my gosh, wait, later we'll go on Patty's Instagram. First of all, not only was I like, I don't want to say I wasn't like fat, but I was chunky. And you know, like I went through like, I was super kind of like gothic during this time. So like, it's funny now.
Time out. She wore devil horns to her senior prom. That will always stick out to me. I was like, because I listened to all of that music like a lot, but you would never guess it. This bitch wore devil horns to her senior prom.
Honestly, though, I thought it was really tasteful. They were pretty little horns.
I loved that dress.
It's honestly so sexy. I look back
now,
was so
I'm
like, who let me wear this to my prom? But
I remember looking at those pictures and being like, holy shit.
And that's when Damien, my Rottweiler, he was just like a puppy. So of course, like I like am dressed like this demoness, and I have this little baby Rottweiler, and I was totally feeling myself. Prom sucked though. I'm not gonna lie.
Prom's never.
I skipped my junior prom to meet Rob Zombie. That was another great thing.
Yeah, but that seems.
Which was way better. Like hindsight 2020, I'm like, I should have skipped senior prom.
Wasn't that just on your story today?
No, oh my gosh, that's when I met Rex Brown from Pantera.
And me showing you how much I know.
Awesome. That was 4 years ago at Monster Mania in Cherry Hill, and he was a total sweetheart babe. Oh yeah, so the cooking. So then I left college, and then I was like, all right, I was home and I really wanted to lose weight. So I started like cooking for myself more, and I just got really into it. And, you know, it's funny because I've always been a really creative person, and I've always loved the arts. And, you know, in high school, like I was kind of like, it's so funny because we had foods classes in high school, and I never took them. I would like go and like eat everyone's food, but I was always in ceramics or art, and I always wanted to be really good at it because I enjoyed it, but I just wasn't. Like I just don't.
Dude, the
I didn't
fact
have
that you
it.
had ceramics blowing my mind.
You guys didn't have ceramics?
No.
Oh my gosh, it was the best. It was the best. So I was like, okay, this is awesome because I found something now where I can like express my creativity, and I can make a really beautiful dish, and I can kind of like spice it up and do what I want, and I'm good at it. Once I began to do it, like that's like totally, this is what it all comes down to. And this is why I always say like on my TikTok and on my Instagram how I'm not a professional chef, I'm a home cook, because the people that I cook for are my friends and my family and the people I love, because that is totally my love language.
Yeah.
Like, and so people are always like, oh, you're always cooking. Like, I feel like, you know, it's like my friends, but I'm like, no, I'm choosing to do it because this is like, I love to do it. There's nothing, I have such pride and like joy from spending hours on a good meal and giving it to someone and like seeing them enjoy it. It's like the best high in the world.
I constantly say on my channel, I have a segment called Hot Mess Cooking Show because I'm a mess. I don't know how you're very organized with it. I am a hot mess, always forgetting shit, but the best feeling is when you make something and people are like, this is so good. Totally. And that is the best feeling. Like, there's no better compliment than something like you poured your heart into and you cooked for them, and they're like, what you made me is so great. I just think food is truly the way to the heart. Like, for sure. Gosh.
Absolutely. And it's like, especially, I'm a firm believer in that food from like that's why when your parents cook, it tastes so much better. It's not just because you're used to their cooking, but I really do think that like, and this is going to get like so maybe like holistic and weird, but it's like you're putting your energy and your love into it. And it's like, that's why I love like when we go out to eat, like I always love the mom and pop places. I love like restaurants or even bodegas or delis or diners where it's only a family run business, because you can really tell that they take such pride in these dishes, and like it just, you can taste the difference 100%.
Such a difference.
It kind of makes me sad because I feel like, you know, like a lot of like the big names, it's like you go to just say, oh, I got a cake from so and so, but it's not like once. And that's the other thing, it's kind of a double-edged sword, because you get this great publicity, and like I don't think people do it intentionally. I think it's just like it happens because when you don't need to try as hard, you don't try as hard. I mean, that's just human nature. But so that's how I got really into cooking. And then the way that the Kitchen Witch came up was,
love the name, by the way.
The name is, it's I think there's a lot of confusion around the name too, because so my first YouTube video, it was like, I always was really into like herbalism in general. You know, it's like basil for love, rosemary for protection. Like I love that, but I never like practiced it. And really the Kitchen Witch came from how I always say that my two biggest passions in life are cooking and movies. Like I love movies. That is probably my favorite. It's like so weird. Someone said to me, they were like, oh, I feel like all you do is watch movies. But I'm like, because that's my hobby, you know? It's like, that is what I do for fun, and I love, and I totally geek out over it. And I love horror films. And growing up, I love Halloween. I mean, I'm so passionate about it. Like, when I was like a little girl, and you could call my parents right now and ask them, and this is why I'm so grateful to my parents, because I'm so lucky to have people like this that raised me. But like my birthday parties, right? I never really cared. And I had great birthday parties, but I mean, my parents would rent out the country club every year for Halloween when I was like a little girl, and they would build haunted houses and get it catered.
And your birthday's right around
my
Halloween.
Birthday's in June. No, I'm a summer baby.
Wait, yeah, you
but
just
that's
told
what
me
I
you're a
mean.
Gemini.
Like, I just love. I've always loved Halloween, because I've always loved like the spookiness, but it's because I feel like the thing that I love most, and I always go on this tangent that time of the year, the thing that I've always loved most about Halloween is I really feel like it is the one time of year where anyone can be anything they want to be, you know? And it's
Absolutely.
like, nothing's too weird, nothing's too outlandish. It's like, you can just be who you want to be, do what you want to do, and that's like embrace. It's like the ultimate underdog story and holiday.
I think so you mentioned loving movies, and I think what better to do while you cook these elaborate meals and like intricate recipes than watch a movie and be inspired by that. Because I know she does a lot of pairings with horror movies, and you got to check out her TikTok. It's amazing. But just the creativity between your recipes and the movies and where you draw inspiration from. I'll let you guys go explore that. Love it. But yes, because Halloween, I don't know if I'm the same way. Like, I go all out on Halloween. So whenever you go in on around Halloween, like I love watching all of your videos, but whenever Halloween rolls around, I love it because you can tell you're like diehard passionate about it.
Well, it's so funny too, because as you get older, I mean, Halloween changes. Like now, you know, it's like we're 25. Like Halloween's great because you get to dress up, look a little sexy, you get bombed with your friends and have fun and have a party. But I mean, growing up, it's like, it's not Halloween as a day is amazing, but it's like the whole feeling of fall is like, it's just warmth. And that's why if you look on like my food Instagram, you'll notice that I really do stick to kind of naturally, I mean, it's unintentional, but I always cook with a lot of oranges. And I think it's because I'm so drawn to that color because it feels so cozy to me. And I always come back to good home cooking. Like I always say, I don't want to be the fanciest cook. You know, that's like that's just not my style. Like I want to make you something where you're going to feel like, oh wow, like this, you know, this reminds me of going to my Nona's when I was younger and I was 7 years old and I was freezing and I went sledding all day and I came in and she had a big pot of soup or like a really great pasta dish and there was hot cider and hot chocolate, like that feeling of like warmth and home and like familiarity. Oh my gosh.
And just
familiarity
it is love. And I think I have noticed that in a lot of your foods, but you do make them beautifully. You plate them beautifully because you care about that detail, and that's a huge part for me, at least. I really appreciate plating and presentation, but I do think there is a connection between like everything is a story. Every plate you make, every recipe, like it's truly a story, and it's not just making it to make it. Like you can cook with love and just cook to cook, but you like think it out, and I think it's so incredible because it is an art form. It truly is. And I don't know, that's why I just like can't wait to get her back on YouTube, guys.
Well, I can't if your dad's listening, I really just can't wait to cook with Chef
Mark, we're coming and we're using your kitchen.
Because every time you post his recipes, I'm like, oh my gosh, this looks so
And like those
good.
Are recipes that are like family recipes. This is the other thing, you do this too, I know it, because anything you have in the house, like you can make a dish out of.
That's the best when you have like your own at-home episode of Chopped.
And I joke that he's like Chef Mark because there's a difference between a cook when you go out and you buy your ingredients, but a chef will look at the fridge and be like, I have this, like I have radicchio, I have this, I have chicken, okay, I can do this. And you're like, I did not even think that was a thing. And my dad's like, just wait. And I'm like, Dad, that's not going to be good. And then he makes it. And I'm like, oh my God, make this every day.
And they end up being the best dishes too. And honestly, it's so funny you're saying this because that has been like since I've kind of started to focus more on TikTok. And even when I started my Instagram and my food blog, which I actually retired the food blog because no one was reading it. But one thing I really have struggled with is when you're sharing recipes, people want recipes. And
Yes.
you know, if like people that cook often and really enjoy it is you don't really use recipes and you really don't measure.
No.
But you can't just
It's
say
all
to
by
someone,
taste
oh,
and
you just
feel.
do this and do that. But it's true. And people always comment and they're like, how'd you get so good at cooking? Or how do you do this? And I'm like, you know how you get good? You just do it. You just do it more. And you really do start to develop. Like, these are the flavors I like. These are the quantities I like it in. Like, oh,
It's
you know,
an
be great
instinct.
this. You do. It is. It's like any craft. You have
Yes.
to master it. And you don't learn to fly a plane until you fly a plane. You know, it's like, it's as simple
all
as
like
that.
intuition too. And it's like, well, I think this will go, it's also perspective. It's like, what do I like? Because there are some dishes, like, I don't know, do you like blue cheese?
I fucking love blue cheese.
I fucking hate blue cheese.
No.
Yeah, I'm like a foodie to death. I will eat anything. I'll eat balut.
I'm trying to think of what I hate.
I'll eat anything. Blue cheese, I'm like, it tastes like mold and it overpowers it.
So
And
like,
I'm just
so
ugh.
what you're telling me, you get like a really dope, crispy buffalo wing, and you
Fuck
don't
no.
drench it in blue cheese
No.
dressing.
I want the spice. I don't want to dull that down. I want.
You get a chopped salad from a steakhouse, and you tell them no blue cheese.
If I'm at a steakhouse, bitch, I'm getting steak. I am not getting a chopped salad.
I'm trying to think of like what I hate. I don't.
There are few foods. It's literally blue cheese is the one thing that will deter me from eating a dish.
Everything that like I don't eat are like Chinese dishes that like I don't think normal people would be like, oh, like I would never.
Have
like,
you had pig brain?
I haven't had pig brain.
I have.
Is it good?
No.
That's a good one.
Of course,
I don't
did
like
it for
chicken's
YouTube.
feet.
I did it for you.
I've never had shark fin. I'll never try shark fin.
I would in Iceland.
Do you like tripe? Like my dad makes the best tripe stew ever.
I don't know if I've ever had tripe.
It's cow stomach. And I think a lot of cultures, I think Italians eat it a lot too. So I'm surprised you haven't had it.
I haven't, yeah.
It's good.
I'm coming over for that.
All right, perfect. Yeah, no, he makes a mean one. But it's like so weird because I also, one thing that's funny is I never really like seafood. I never ate seafood ever.
What?
And no, it's like I always kind of had like this weird connotation about it. And I remember maybe like 5 years ago, I went out to dinner. I was with my ex and his family. And we went to my favorite. It's so funny because Varka and Ramsey. Now you're gonna get me going.
Oh,
Varka and
so
Ramsey has been my
good.
favorite restaurant for years. Like for like years.
They're straight seafood guys. You
But I
wouldn't know
didn't
this.
even eat seafood from there. I just always loved the restaurant. So we go, and I either got lamb or I got a steak. I don't remember, but I know that he got Alaskan king crab legs, and I never had them. And he was like, "Oh, you should really try them." And I was like, "No, I don't like seafood." Layne, when I tell you I had one bite and I was like, give me your plate. And I made it. And since then, I cannot get enough.
Brogan, nothing makes sense. So you are picky.
I know. It's so weird.
And then you don't like seafood?
No, are you kidding me?
Okay.
My death, this is like whenever I meet someone new, it's like if I went on a date right now, I would need to know two things.
Yeah.
I would need to know what's your favorite movie and what's your death row meal. Like you are going to the electric chair tomorrow and they say, we will bring you in anything you want. And I would honestly, if I could pick my restaurant, I'd get Varka. I'd get the langoustines and the Greek
Why have we not
spreads.
gone out to dinner? What the fuck?
I know, we should go. What time is it? We'll go after this.
Well, I'm down. We're in New York, so we're
Yeah,
fine.
no, exactly.
We'll find somewhere. I actually have a favorite. Okay, I'm sorry, ADD, but you're reminding me, like, there are so many places I want to take you if you like Varka. There's a place called Meme. There you have a downtown, and they have one on 10th right by the bakery, and I go there every chance I get when I'm in the city. Like, do you like octopus?
Love grilled octopus. Love it.
They have the best. Okay, I'm stealing that question. What's your death row meal? That's going to be the new open to every podcast.
It's such a good one. It is such a good one. And then it's like, if you want to get like really weird, anyone here who's like a true crime fan or it's like, you can like, it's like really interesting to see what people chose for their death row meals actually.
Yes.
Because it
like
really
that one
does,
guy was a pint of
yes,
chip
chocolate
ice cream.
chip ice cream. I'm pretty sure Gacy wanted like fried chicken and a cold Coca-Cola, where like horrible person, like definitely, you know, not a good guy. But I'm like,
Appreciate
yeah,
his
but like
choice.
I also do love fried chicken and Coca-Cola.
It's a good match. It's a good matchup.
So
what would your death row meal be?
So if I couldn't, this is what I always say. If I could get Varka, I'd get Varka. But if they were like, you can't pick, I only would get langoustines and the spreads and the martinis if it was coming from there. But if it was like, you know, if they were like, okay, at the end of the day, you're on death row. We can't make miracles happen. You need to pick a dish. This is what the Kitchen Witch would get as my final meal. Steak and French fries, filet and crispy French fries. And then I would need to have béarnaise for my steak, maybe a little chimichurri. And then I would have to get really good mayo, Duke's creamy mayo to dip my fries in. And I would want an ice cold lychee martini. If they're giving me an appetizer, I'd probably get a crab cocktail. And then for dessert, probably like a classic, really good, well done brownie sundae with a hot fudgy brownie.
I have a very important question. What kind of fries?
Like, are you asking if I'd want truffle fries?
I'm just asking, like, but like what cut? There are so many different fries.
I like my fries super thin and super
like
crispy,
shoestring.
like shoestring.
Yes.
Maybe fried twice. Like when you
like
bite into it, you want it.
Thin.
Yes. And
I would make them truffle
crunch. Yeah. I have a love-hate relationship with truffle fries, and I have a love-hate relationship with truffle in general because obviously it's amazing. But I mean,
there's a lot of fake shit out there. It can
be and you can get really bad quality truffle oil, and it's kind of a cop-out. Like you watch any cooking competition, the moment they whip out truffle, all the judges are like, ugh, because it's like now you're overcompensating, and this is what I always come back to. People forget that the best food is simple food. You ever have a really good grilled cheese? You ever have a really amazing peanut butter and jelly? It's 3 ingredients and it tastes so good. Sometimes when you try and do too much and you do too fancy, you self-sabotage. But there's a time and place for everything.
Absolutely.
Don't get me wrong. You want to go down the street and get fettuccine with freshly shaved black truffles, I'm there.
Yeah, if it's fresh, the thing with the truffle oil, if it's a synthetic one, I feel so ill after. So I get you on that. But when you said peanut butter and jelly, I kind of lost you for a hot sec. Like, love it. I would pick like 20 other foods over it.
Well, I would definitely want to be my death row meal. It would be my many more nights to live meal.
Death row meal. I love that. I'm really going to start using that. Like, that's a great icebreaker.
Okay, so what's your death row meal?
That's a great question. So now I got to think about it a little hard. So if we're going appetizer, we're going 3-course meal with a cocktail. First off, I want to start with the cocktail, get a little buzz going. For sure, I love anything with lavender. The drink we're having right now has lavender.
The Layne lavender special.
Anything lavender. And I'm a sucker for egg whites in cocktails.
Oh my gosh, so frothy and delicious.
Love it. I don't know why. I love it. So I'd start off with something like that, like elderflower, like lavender, whatever you pick. Have you been to Sophia in Inglewood?
Yes, and they have the best corpse reviver with the lavender.
That is my favorite cocktail right now.
Yeah, it is. But isn't that gin?
It's gin.
Yeah, so good.
I can do any liquor. It's just the lavender taste has to be there.
See, I'll die with a bottle of vodka in my hand.
Yep. You're like, that will be the cause of my death.
Kettle one.
So, oh shit, sorry, we're drinking Tito's.
No, this is good too. Beggars can't be choosers. It all.
You could have told me. Listen, I like to.
I would been like that talent with my 6,000 followers and be like, just so you know, anytime I do,
it has to be Kettle One. So it would be that cocktail, and then for an appetizer, there's a place called Roost in Piermont. Have you been?
No.
We're going. They do a goat cheese and mushroom toast, and it's a goat cheese grilled cheese with multiple different mushrooms chopped up, sauteed. On top of it, there is truffle, but I fucking love it.
That sounds amazing.
It's to die for, and it's always cooked perfectly. And then for the entree, I mean, this is off the cuff. I haven't given much thought of this, but
this is your death row meal. There's no rules.
Okay, but if this is
hit us with a wild card.
Yeah, but no, I would just keep piling on.
Yeah,
food.
well, that's what the smart person would do. Be like, all right, if this is my last meal, we're just gonna keep it coming. I want every minute.
I want to literally feel so sick. Okay, I need like 1 second.
I know not everyone is like, what would I do if I was?
I was walking the green aisle. Like I'm sitting on the electric chair right now. Like I'm in it. And there's so many dishes that I would want. Okay, so there's a place called Beachy in Ramsey that we also have to go to. I know the owner. We're friends. I love them to death.
Good things.
Chianti risotto. Hands down, need it.
What a Hannibal Lecter dish
but
for
listen,
you to pick.
Oh, when you fucking see this, it's so like blood red. You will die. We're going. It's a BYOB.
Perfect.
We're going. So that's going to be like my interim course though, because for my main dish, do you remember when Chakra was a place in Paramus?
Oh my God. I mean, I remember for like bar mitzvahs, but I never like went.
Oh, my birthday, 18, 19. I don't even know.
I thought it closed years ago. No,
it did. But like we're old now. So
what kind of food was it again?
A little bit. It was like fusion. So I would get the Chilean sea bass, and it was over this like reduction of. It was frothy reduction, and it was like everything was perfect. That, and then for dessert,
This is the most important course.
Okay, so you will love my nonna because we literally check the dessert menu before we go out to eat because we always order 2 desserts and we get like an appetizer. Like we base our like appetite off of the dessert.
Yeah. Also,
God.
wait, now I need to mention this. Back to mine, if they did serve me Varka, I'd get Nick's cheesecake. But if I couldn't have that cheesecake, I'd get the brownie.
Shit, cheesecake is your choice?
Only that cheese. Have you ever had their cheesecake?
No.
It is the best cheesecake in the world. And it comes with like fresh fig preserves. It is absolutely bussin'.
Okay, if you guys don't like food, you all clicked off.
Yeah, they already left.
Okay, so for dessert, you just remind me, there's a place called 44th and 10th. It's right by the bakery also. They have a sundae with 3 different gelatos, bruleed banana, strawberries, raspberries, everything. It's just, it's perfect. I don't know. So many things. I just want everything. Now I'm hungry.
I know. I hope we're never in this position where we have to pick. But at least now we know what we would pick if we were.
That's going to be the new icebreaker on every podcast.
It's such a good one.
It's so good, especially when it's people like, I know you, so I'm super comfortable talking about whatever. But when it's someone,
is it that, or is it our 2 cocktails?
It's the no food and 2 cocktails. But no, like that's perfect for people I don't know too. Damn.
It really, yeah. It lets you know who you can trust.
Yes.
For sure.
Absolutely.
So now I need to know your favorite movie though.
Okay. See, that's how I have a tough one. Okay. Favorite movie. You really put me on the spot here.
All right. We're going to do, I'm going to make it easy. Okay. Now
what's yours?
I'm taking
you
over.
go first. I'm going to think.
No, because this is how I'd answer. I would never. It's a trick question because I'd never pick a favorite movie.
Good,
because
I was putting it off because I couldn't.
Like music. There's
and there are different eras
movie for every type of way you're feeling.
Yes.
Like I'd go more. Yeah, I'd go by era. I'd go by genre. I'd go by what shit I'm dealing with at that time in my life.
I could tell you by years. Like if I was in high school, Disturbia probably was my favorite movie. God, like at the time, I don't know what it was. I saw that movie at least 15 times. I loved it, and then. Next up would probably be like if I'm going like by years or couple years, The Dark Knight for a long time was one of my favorites.
Really?
Yeah. Like I don't know what it was. I don't know. And then
is that the one Tom Hardy's in?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what it was.
Obviously. And then Inception obviously holds a place because that mind fucked me forever.
Inception was fantastic for sure.
I know you're a huge horror movie buff, but I'm one of those people that has to watch it like in the theater so I can get everyone's commentary. Otherwise, I'm scared shitless.
Well, I am a huge horror movie buff, but I don't only watch horror films. Like I love horror films just because that's like my bread and butter. I mean, but I also feel like, I love it because that's it was such a big part of my childhood. Honestly, like people say like, oh, what's your favorite horror film of all time? And I always say it's probably a tie because I love The Lost Boys. I mean, I have seen The Lost Boys maybe over 800 times. But the first, like what started it all for me was Pet Sematary. And I remember being like 8 years old and my grandma playing it for me. And it was like a light. I was terrified. First of all, I could never go behind like a drop attic door. Like I had visions of Zelda, like totally murking me. And it terrified me. But that's when I was like, because here's the thing. And this is why I think I love these movies is because a lot of people don't realize that a big aspect of horror film, at least some of it, is like it's about relationships. It's about family relationships, love relationships, and it's like about how those dynamics change because that really is the scariest twist, So it's
always someone killing you that you know.
Yeah, exactly, and like so. I've always loved that, and that's why I think I also love vampire movies because I'm such a hopeless romantic, and like to me, like that's the way I see love. Like I'm like, please. Drink my blood. Let's live together forever. I will die for you. Will you die for me? It's like, but there is this really like romantic, raw, primal element. It's so funny that I love horror films because ask anyone that knows me. I mean, you know it too. Like I am the biggest softie. Like I am such like, I'm a hopeless lover. Like it is like, it's like I love to watch rom-coms. I love romantic movies and I love slasher films and I love horror films, but it's because I feel like there's so much love and that element in those type of movies. And that's why vampire films specifically, and this is why I always have a soft spot for like the vampire subgenre because vampires really are the best lovers of all. And it's like, what do you need me to do to prove my love? Because I'll do it.
I mean,
there's something.
I've never looked at it that way, but that is like the ultimate like dedication. It's like, yeah, I will let you nearly kill me because that's what you need.
And they live forever. I mean, it is literally eternal love.
Oh my
it's
God,
like it's
you
so
just
romantic.
made me love.
No, it's so romantic.
So this is a natural, like, organic next question. Did you like Twilight? Were you like,
oh my gosh, now you really opened it now.
Okay.
This is the other thing that I always say, and I'm a big advocate of this.
Mm-hmm.
Being someone who is like super into the horror community and passionate about it, there's nothing I hate more than like gatekeepers or people that are like, oh, you can't, like the Twilights, they suck. Like,
or like shaming people.
First of all,
for
the
what
Twilights are amazing. This is, are you team Edward or are you team Jacob?
Edward.
Okay. Edward was great.
Okay, but like in the time.
Now you had to pick one. Who are you going to pick?
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, today it would be Jacob.
Well, good.
But like when it all started, it was Edward because
they have great things. Okay, Edward was don't get me wrong.
I saw Taylor Lautner in person.
You think I don't want both of them? Like ideally, we'd have like a polygamy situation, and I can just like pick and choose. But here's the thing about Edward versus Jacob that you notice more when you're older is like I always think of like things in the terms of like if we go back to like really primal relationships and like what I'm looking for in a partner. Jacob was a hunter. Edward was a gatherer. Edward was a little too soft. I don't think he really would have protected me.
For sure.
Jacob was a wolf. He was going to come home with the prize boar. He was going to be sweaty, hack me up a meal, go hunting with the other wolves. I think Edward, yes, I'd love to watch you play piano. I'd love to look at your book collection. But at the end of the day, I need someone who's going to protect me.
So that's exactly
it. I think Jacob had more of that like masculinity. Yes. Had more of the alpha male attitude. And so
you just like, I don't know, you just unlocked something in my fucking brain. When I was younger, I absolutely was Edward. I think I definitely was more attracted to people that were like,
but how hot was Charlie? Bella's dad.
Brogan's like, fuck, I just want
that mustache.
Okay, but you really just like unlocked something in my brain because I used to be so Edward and then something clicks.
Let's make it clear. I also love Edward.
Of course.
This isn't Edward slander. I'm just saying, like, me personally, you have to think, ladies, you have to think about these things.
No, but you just made me realize, like, when I was younger, like, I would be like, oh, someone into fashion, like, whatever, all that stuff. And then you get older and you're like, I'll never forget the time, Kevin's gonna laugh if he makes it this far in the episode. We were driving and his car got a flat tire and he literally just like pulled off on the side of the road. And I was like, oh my God, let's call like AAA. And he literally got out and changed the fucking tire. And it just like, I just sat there and he did. I was like, this is the most attractive thing I've ever fucking seen. Like he doesn't need help. He doesn't need, like he is completely a man. And that's why whenever anyone is like, oh my God, Kevin Ball, I was like, he's the manliest, like, fully self-sufficient person I've ever known, and I'm just like, God, fucking love you.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, it's so funny.
But you just unlocked that in my head. I never thought of it that way because I used to find Edward, and now I would be like, no, Jacob.
But also, Jacob always. This is becoming the Twilight. But Jacob also always loved Bella. Even
this
when
is now
Bella
a Twilight
wanted nothing
podcast.
to do with him. Jacob was there waiting for her. But then, like, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah.
It's a Twilight podcast.
It is a Twilight. Now, what?
We're just
moving on. But it is so true what you're saying about.
Now I'm thinking about it. Just masculinity.
I also think that's probably why I love horror films because, like, there's nothing sexier than a man. Now, no, we're gonna have to edit this
Keep
out.
going.
Like, there's nothing sexier than a man with a machete. But it's funny too because now that we're talking about all these elements, it's funny because I also always love to say that. So like in college, I wrote so many papers about the connection between like womanhood and sexuality and horror films. And I think it's so interesting to see because in general, women are so sexualized in films. And in horror films, it's true. It's like any horror film starts with like the head cheerleader and the football player.
Beautiful blonde dies first.
Yes, exactly. But it is a true... It's a true
BBGF.
feminist genre because think about the last girl trope, It's like, what other movies can you really think of where the final character, the one person who outruns and outsmarts the serial killer is a female?
And all of the other men in the group
are slaughtered.
But still.
It's like, that's badass. That's girl power.
That's
horror
what you
films
learn.
stick to a true formula. That's why when you see one that doesn't, it's like super exciting. But I also do love. I would never want to like steer away from that. I think there's a time and place for everything. Sometimes I want to see something completely different that breaks all the rules.
Yes.
But sometimes like I just want to see a good old-fashioned slasher film that follows
the tropes.
recipe. Yeah. And I know,
Follow the
I know
recipe,
what I'm
baby.
going to see going in, and I know how I'm going to leave, and it's going to be great.
I do think, so you just reminded me again, I haven't thought about this in so long. I used to watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre every other weekend. I never, like, I know.
Okay, well, exactly. Sally was one of the first final girls.
Yes. Because when you said final girl, it really unlocked it.
It was actually so funny you're saying this, because it was Gunnar Hansen's birthday, I think 3 days ago when I met him, and he was like a super nice guy.
Dude,
gentle
you're
giant.
too good at this. You need your own podcast where you just talk about horror films nonstop and then pair it with a recipe at the end.
That's the dream. Yeah, if anyone's watching this, I really want to be the Elvira of Food Network. I have the bimbo look. I have the knowledge. I have the passion, the bad jokes. Let's do it.
Dude, also, literally, love you, Food Network. Please hire us both. But YouTube, just do your own thing.
I know. I should get back to
you. Don't need people telling you what to do.
I'm just the effort, like the time of filming and editing is so intimidating. That's why I don't think people give you enough credit. It's hard.
You can pay me and I'll edit it for you.
Well, we should just go film some stuff, me and you.
100%. Oh, you already know, like, this is the same thing happened. Steph came on the podcast and I was like, we need to film everything together. Whenever you want to, I'm always down. I've always just wanted friends that were into this because I'm so passionate about it and creating, and like just the fact that we've talked, I don't even know how long it's been, nonstop, like wholeheartedly, like none of this was forced, and I could hang out with you every fucking day.
Oh yeah, we'll just like shoot the shit and get drunk, and
then we'll cook with Mark. You'll meet the whole fam.
Exactly. No, but that's also like another thing is it's like funny because I really am kind of introverted in the sense that like I have moments where I feel really shy and I don't really want to talk, and then I have moments where I can't stop talking. So like being with you, I feel like, you know, it's like you encourage me to speak and I feel comfortable with you. So it's always easier when you're with someone who like you feel like you can like express yourself. That sounds so cliche, but it's true.
But it's also like it's a level of comfort. Like I felt that. So we haven't seen each other in like, I want to say it was a decade.
And when we have seen each other,
we were plastered. Like, but no, so you got here today and I was like, I feel like I'm talking to someone I've known forever.
Well, but it's funny because I didn't feel weird. I didn't feel weird about it. Like I didn't feel like, oh wow, I'm going to see Layne for the first time in years. I'm like, oh wow, I'm so stoked. Like, dude, I'm going to go do this with Layne.
Pumped because I just also like, we have the same interests, and
totally.
For me, I've always wanted someone who is, I don't know, like I love all my friends, but me shoving a camera in your face takes a certain kind of person. Like not everyone likes that, and I completely understand that. But I want someone I can like bounce ideas off of and do that constantly with. And I just know you're good at it. Like, you guys got to go watch your channel. But like, you're just so good at it. And we have such the same specific interests, like food, family, like hopeless, romantics.
The most important things in life. But up until very recently, I did feel kind of like I never really liked to be on camera. Like I'm definitely, have you noticed that I'm like on camera a lot more now recently?
Yeah.
It is because it's hard to put yourself out there. But you have to do it. And that's why I really look up to you. I mean, you totally give me like like when I'm with you, you make me, no, but it's true. You make me feel confident enough to do it. And I'm working on it. And I think the more you do it, the easier it gets. You know, it's like ripping off a Band-Aid for sure.
Okay. So you're the second person to say that. And that is like the best compliment I've ever received. But it's like, this is what I think my purpose in life is like making other people feel like they can do what they want. Finally figured it out. I shit you not, maybe this month, the last month, like I genuinely feel like I had such a problem. Like I thought I should have gone to school I wanted to be a dermatologist because I had shitty skin in high school and people used to make fun of me, and I was like, I never want someone to feel that way. So I want to be the person to help people get out of that. But then I was like, fuck that science, math.
Wait, you know, it's so funny you're saying this because I was a psych major.
Really?
Yeah, because I wanted to be a therapist. And then I was like, this is going to be the heaviest job ever. Well, no,
yes.
but I feel like it's like, I definitely feel, I love connecting with people and I love being nurturing. And I realize that at the end of the day, all I really want, I mean, this is like years from now, but it's true. Like I was like, I don't want to be in a heavy field like that because I don't want to bring that home to my family. Yes. And I think when you work in something so heavy like therapy or psychiatry, especially because I was going to focus more on like prison psychology, I was like, I want to do something happy and loving and that makes you feel good. It makes you feel hopeful because that's the energy I want to bring to other people. But that's the energy you bring to other people. I mean, you were very supportive and like nurturing. And I am so drawn to people like that because I am definitely a nurturer and I love being around people that just like like, this is what we were saying earlier, that like there is nothing, I don't trust any girl that says they don't like other girls because there's no reason not to. Do I sound, how's my voice? You know, I have like a certain, do you have like a certain like YouTube, like I have a certain TikTok voice.
Shut up.
And I hope, and like, yeah, oh my gosh, you haven't noticed like on my TikToks. Because wanna know why though? It wasn't intentional. It's like for a long time when I was recording my voiceovers, I was either at work in the bathroom or I was sleeping or like my ex-boyfriend was sleeping. So you like have to talk like this. And it sounds like so sultry and like you have like the worst vocal fry. And then I was like, well, I've already done so many videos talking like this.
So you're like, I'm going to keep going.
Now I can't be like, what's good? You know? So it's like everyone's like.
You always can. That's one thing. I think you can always switch up.
But I also think cooking videos should kind of be like bring you to a sense of tranquility and you should feel calm and peaceful. So I stick with it. But it's funny because like people that don't know me are always like, oh, like your voice is so calming. And I'm like, if you met me, you'd be
we're
like,
fucking firecrackers.
Yeah.
No, but I can turn that on too. Like I can be very like chill with the voice, but I didn't realize that actually, that you do that for your videos for sure. I had to fix the camera. What? I don't even know what happened to the camera. That's the worst part.
It didn't just die.
Well, I have a second camera. You want me to set up the other one or do I just...
It's your show, baby. You're the director. But maybe we should make another drink.
Yeah.
Did you fit? Well, Layne, drink up.
Okay, well, we'll go on this tangent till that camera dies and then I'll set up the whatever. Fuck. This is why, like, I need to make a little more money so I can just go fucking buy everything that doesn't stop in the middle and cut.
Yeah, but you're like right on the brink.
Yeah.
I mean, you really are doing so good and you're so consistent at it. And I feel like consistency is so key. Like that's something I struggle with. I'm either like, and it's true. Like I always say, like I have two modes where like, I'm like, all right, we're going to go. Mm-hmm. And then I have modes where I'm just like the laziest person ever.
I don't want to do anything. And I watch Netflix and I binge all maybe 8 we're bipolar. In 3 days.
Yeah.
No, Brogan, that's me. Literally. And like, I'm on a high right now. I've been pumping out
you've been doing great.
Everything and I'm feeling so good about it, but I know that this lull is coming, but I'm preparing myself to work myself out of it. Well, not even jinx myself. I need to prepare myself to step out of it quicker than I fall into it because normally I fall into it hard. But sorry, ADD. Back to the girls when, okay.
Well, it's not just girl. I mean, I think it's everyone in general. I just think people, and this is the thing is as you get older, you realize like, you know, when you're younger, especially as a female, I think there's so much like emphasis on like being like super like, oh, like you crossed me, I'll fucking kill you. Like I'm the, like,
especially
and, like,
where
now,
we grew up.
I'm like that. I want nothing to do with that. I'm like, it's like, so like, there's just to me nothing more like unattractive and unwelcoming than someone who's just out for blood. Like
it's just
don't
a
you
waste
want to be around people that just like want to hug you and
it's
like
a
meet
waste
you
of energy.
Yeah, it is a waste of energy.
Well, it's also like
and you're proving nothing.
And I've come to learn because I've come across a few of those girls specifically, but there are some guys that
for sometimes guys are. I mean, it's the same thing. It's like. Yeah, there's nothing worse than a guy that just wants to fight every other guy because you're like, who, you know? I mean, there's a difference between someone who's going to, like, listen, don't get me wrong. If you're, like, standing your ground and standing up for yourself or someone you love, I mean, definitely hold your own. Like, you should always speak up for listen, I say this all the time. I would rather get my ass beat and, like, be speaking up for what I believe in or standing up for myself or my friend or, like, my family or, like, my partner and look like a fool than say nothing. But at the same time, there are definitely situations where I think that people are so quick to like not open. Like I just think being closed off and being angry and like confrontational is like a really toxic, horrible, negative thing. And as you get older, people don't want to be around that type of energy.
All right, so we stopped to make another drink. So if we jump to a new topic, I'm sorry. That is why. You guys know what this podcast is. You know what you signed up for. Dude, I wish my hair was curly. I really do.
It does look so beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, so where were we? Should we do the questions?
Yeah. We got real deep. I don't know how much I'm going to keep in there, but
so everyone who's wronged us, now we're name dropping.
No, I mean, listen, no, I'm what I was saying was you get to a point where you realize like no grudge is going to serve you anything. So you get to just like move on from it and you get to decide who gets your time and energy and boom, that's it.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's like the number one rule of manifestation is like if you put out low frequency situations, you're going to get back low frequency energy. So you should always focus on like positive, like anytime you wish someone harm or
Yes.
negativity, it just comes back tenfold. I mean, that is literally the way of the universe.
And I've seen it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I've seen that. And anybody who's like, I hope
Watch any American Greed episode, right? These people are living the best lives. And you're like, oh,
I don't know that show.
You've never seen American Greed? Layne.
I don't watch TV really. Dude, I edit my podcast all day and I edit
Oh
my
God,
YouTube videos.
it's the best show. It's about like all these like scam artist criminals who like, it's pretty much like watching Blow, but in episode form.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the crash and burn. And it's like, it's all great until it's not great. That's why I'm like, that's the other thing is I'm like, you know, everyone's like, it's like so weird because at the end of the day, it's like, do you think that you want to be famous or do you think you just want to like have a little, like for me, it's like, yeah, I love this social media thing and I'd love to have a cooking show and do this. And this is why I think I'm so inconsistent because on one moment I'm like, oh yeah, like I really want to like do this and I want to be like a food influencer. And then on the other side, I'm like, no, I just want to like, you know, get married and live in a small town and have some babies and live completely under the radar.
And
like
cook for your husband.
But it's true.
Guys, slide in her DMs.
No. Yeah, if anyone listening or watching looks like early 2000s, late 90s Undertaker and you love dogs and you love kids and metal music and movies.
And good food.
And yeah, you have to be a hard worker. Definitely
slide in her DMs.
hit me up. I hope you like lasagna.
You know what? I think this podcast is just going to become a matchmaker because if I can like connect people, that's all I want.
That should be your next.
That's my next podcast, being a matchmaker.
Finding Love with Layne.
Yeah.
Love that for you. Love that for you and love that for me.
Love that for us. Who makes it this far in the episode? I want to know. If you make it
Drop
this far
your
in the
name.
episode.
Yeah, wait, let's give them a keyword so we know it's them. If you made it this far in the episode, comment.
Leave a knife emoji.
Yes.
The knife. Tattoos. Tell me about your tattoos.
This is so douchey to talk about your tattoos, no?
I don't know.
No, my tattoos really have no meaning. I just like cool shit. I have a bunch of skulls, a bunch of flowers, a bunch of snakes. My favorite tattoo, though, is definitely my thigh piece. I have a dope, like, demon skull.
Mm-hmm.
My first tattoo I ever got was the scorpion on my neck, which, like, hindsight 20... No, oh, my God, that's not even true. Do you remember Dominique Spataro?
Yeah.
Me, Melissa, Katie, and Dom, we went to the city. We were literally... Wait, bro, we were, like...
Children.
I think we were, like, 14. And we went to St. Mark Street. It's amazing I didn't get hepatitis from this whole situation. But I got like a dragon on my bikini line. That was my first tattoo. Then I got this scorpion on my neck, which is so dumb because I'm not a Scorpio. I just thought like, oh wow, scorpions are like badass, you know.
They fucking
Then
kill
I
you
got
with a little
murder.
pincher.
I got red rum tattooed on my lip, so it said murder.
So when are we getting tattoos? You want to know
I really do need to go, but I have no money. They're so expensive.
Good
tattoos aren't cheap. Cheap tattoos aren't good. That's the problem. And they hurt. Anyone who says tattoos don't hurt are fucking liars.
Okay. Also, well, I don't have like a real tattoo. You're going to see this and laugh. So if you're watching the YouTube episode, you'll get to see her face when she sees this.
I'm going to love it.
No,
It's quality, not quantity.
It's not even quality. It's so fucking little.
All right, well, show us.
It's so little, you're going to be like, it's a fucking beauty mark. So I flew to Turkey and I was like, this is a good idea for my first tattoo. You're going to be like, that's not a tattoo. Everyone in my family didn't get mad at me. They're all like,
is it an X and O? It's on your wrist, right?
Yeah, but it's a beauty mark.
No, it's cute.
It's a beauty mark.
Wait, how long ago did you get this?
A year and 4 months.
It's too soon for me to tell you if it's going to bleed like hell. But as of now, it still looks good. But small tattoos like this are scary because, you know, like as time goes on, that might look like a...
Oh, I'm going to cover it. I'm going to get another big one.
Yeah, you should get...
This was like
Kevin's
a joke.
face on your wrist.
Kevin got so mad at me and I was like, listen, I'm getting a sleeve. I want a sleeve so bad. I always say in an alternate universe, I wouldn't have quit guitar and I would have been a rock star.
Oh my gosh, imagine
and I would have had a fucking sleeve.
Let's learn instruments. I really want to learn violin.
Let's do it.
Oh my God, let's
YouTube
do
segment.
it.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Let's rent violins from Sam Ash down the street.
Okay, so everyone, we're gonna keep posted for this because we
subscribe.
So now we're gonna start a band.
No, I really this is why I ask about your tattoos. I know it's like douchey to ask about, but like,
well, no, I don't think it's douchey to ask. I just like, I don't like people that are like, oh yeah, like, I don't know. I just like, that's the other thing. I'm so anti-gatekeep. I just feel like talking about your tattoos is like, so just like really lame. Like,
well, no,
if you want a tattoo, get a tattoo. If you don't want a tattoo, don't get a tattoo, you
but
know?
I love knowing, like, did you let the artist have full reign? Did you
So
have
yeah,
an
okay,
idea?
so like for my sleeve, it's actually really interesting. I always, and this is why, you know, sometimes you're wrong. When I did want to get my arm tattooed originally, I did want like a whole black and gray, like graveyard demon scene, like something like straight out of a fucking metal album. But then I was like, you know what? I really also one day, I can't wait to hold like my newborn baby. And, you know, and I was like, I don't want to have.
That's some foresight right
there.
there.
No, but it's true. Like I was like, I don't want to have like a beautiful baby's head resting next to like some horned like demon in a graveyard. So I was like, you know what, let me get something beautiful and feminine and colorful. And I go to this amazing tattoo artist, Johnny. He's at Lotus Tattoo in Sayville, New York. And he is the bomb diggity. And I said, listen, I want something really feminine, really colorful. I knew I wanted a sunset because I love sunsets. And I knew I wanted bats. Those were like the two things. And obviously I'm the kitchen witch. So I had to get my cauldron, and I knew I wanted a lot of spider webs.
Oh, I love it.
And skulls are so timeless. Everyone's like, oh, are you ever going to stop getting skulls? And I'm like, no, never. So I think once I have the money to do it, I'll do my back, and then I'm done.
Where else do you have tattoos? Like your back and your sleeve will be the largest?
No, I'm saying like I do want a back piece, and then I'm done. I would never want to tattoo. I mean, I think it's different, though. I think skin's sexy, too.
Yeah.
You want some skin.
I get that. I have such an appreciation for tattoos. I'm too indecisive to go wholeheartedly and just
I mean, maybe I'll hate them all. Are you kidding me? My best friend. I hope
like, do you regret any of yours?
Do I regret any of
me just asking all the dick questions?
No. I'm trying to think. Honestly, okay, I have one cover up. Shout out to Amelia. Me and one of my best friends in college, we went to like one of those stupid ass like Friday the 13th specials.
I want one of those.
And no, don't do it. I got a 13 and I only got the 13 because it was like a stitch 13 and I had him put it on. This was like the loophole. I had him do it inverted so it looked like a B so I could be like, oh, it's a B. Like, and I covered it up with my bat, which I love. So no, I don't really regret any of the only tattoo I think I would have regretted was getting murder tattooed on my lip. But that faded. It's gone now. So no, but like my best friend Ariana, I mean, she's pretty heavily tattooed and she's saving all her money now to get them surgically removed.
Shut the fuck up.
So who knows?
Well, yeah, my aunt has a bunch of tattoos. She does the same thing.
I mean, I don't know how I'll be feeling next week. I don't know how I'm going to feel in 20 years.
And that's why I haven't gotten them. But I do, a part of me, an alter ego in another world, another parallel universe. I have tattoos up and down my left arm. It's covered. It's fully covered, even onto my hand. And yeah, I could do a left arm sleeve.
I think you'd look super hot. Honestly, I regret my piercings more than my tattoos because I have holes in my fucking face now.
I know I could pull off a sleeve.
You could pull off anything.
If let's just say I didn't live the life I live exactly now, I would have already done it.
I think you should do
but
it.
Is that
everyone has, there's like a meme going around that like, it's like having tattoos back in the day meant you were like a gangster. Now it means you're a chef because like, it's like,
oh shit.
No, but it's true. I mean, they're so common now. It's like, there's like tattoo I mean, I would never like, I'm not saying go and get your neck tattooed. No. I mean, you should, but maybe not now. But you could definitely do your upper arm. You've got cute little
I would
arms.
probably do my forearm before.
The forearm fucking sucks.
Yeah. I'm trying to
But
think.
maybe I'm just like a pussy. I don't know. I
have a high tolerance for pain.
I don't think I do.
I don't know. It's because I've heard it's really mental. And I am all about, like, I work out till you make me throw up. I want to do things until I can't do them anymore. Like, I don't know.
Not like that at all.
Dude, I'm
like, let's put on slippers and rent a movie and just like, you want to give me a massage?
No, I'm like, are we running a marathon together or are we fucking climbing like a
oh my God, wait,
Kilimanjaro?
What's the stuff where you like run through mud? Like, let's do something like that.
Oh, like Tough Mudder.
Yeah,
I signed up for one of those in college and I didn't
do it. Did you do it?
No, because my older brother did, but because of finals, I fucking bitched out or something.
I always wanted to be a WWE diva, but I'm so unathletic.
Oh, you could have. You still
I should have done it. Are you kidding me? I'm so old now.
Is that a thing?
I would have had to retire in like 4 years. I totally missed that.
Dude, 4 years is a long time. Let's get on it.
Should we do it?
Let's
if anyone here is
we're gonna get a blow up pool, we're gonna fill it with chocolate pudding, and then we're gonna wrestle.
But honestly, it requires a lot. I don't know if I could do I really would like to do it though, just so I could meet a wrestler. Maybe I'd be a better host, like a hostess, than a wrestler. I mean, I could do it. Listen, don't get me wrong, I could do it, but I just don't feel like they go through intensive training.
We're like, fuck that. We want to cook and eat.
I'm like, I want to, yeah.
Let's get wasted
just,
and let's eat some
like,
pasta.
that's the thing. I'm so, like, in my old age, I'm like so soft and girly. I'm like, yeah, I just want to put on a nice pink frilly apron, put on some slippers, have a glass of wine. Like, I just want to be home. Let's order pizza. Love you.
On that note, I don't know what we
My final say.
Yes. Oh, this is we didn't even do most of the questions. You're going to have to come on again.
Let's do the questions.
Do you want to?
Yeah, well, so we can edit it.
Well,
should we order the pizza, pause it, order the pizza, and then we'll do the questions while we wait for the pizza?
Well, what do you want? Do you want Joe's? What are you feeling?
Joe's?
You've never had Joe's pizza?
No.
What the fuck?
Should we get it? Is it so good?
What the fuck? That is New York pizza.
Never in my life.
Brogan, what pizza do you eat when you come to the city?
I really like Neapolitan style pies, but I also love pizzeria pizza. I love all pizza. Let's just get a fucking pizza.
But do you not have like a place you order from? Like if I'm in Hell's Kitchen, I'm ordering Sacco's.
Yeah,
if
there's a Neapolitan place that I love.
Fuck, you just blew my mind.
All right, so wait, what's Joe's?
You like thin?
I like all pizza.
But Neapolitan, what do you mean? Like
when you go it's like in a wood-fired oven, and it's like the pizzas you get in Italy. But I like all pizza.
On this note, if you made it this far, leave a bat emoji in the comments.
Love you guys. Watch more horror, eat more food. Love is the best drug on earth. Keep it real. Hold on, one more thing.
She just fucking broke all of your eardrums. Okay, ASMR.
The kitchen witch.
No. Okay.
Pizza.
Thank you guys for watching another episode of All Over the Place. I love you guys. If you want to support the podcast, you can do so at anchor.fm/LayneFable or become a member on the podcast. We also apparently accept Venmos now. So thank you to those of you that Venmo me. I love you all. All right, let's order some pizza. Love you guys. Bye. What's your type?
Okay. They have to be. Well, I don't know. Okay, let's get like at the end of the day, if you're a really great bomb person, looks so matter. But if I could create my perfect man, that probably doesn't exist. He's 6'3", like built like a gorilla. I really like a wide neck and wide traps. Definitely tattooed. Loves dogs. Loves food. Loves classic rock and heavy metal. Loves movies and loves family. That's like a big thing for me. You have to want like 6 babies like me. You have to be a caretaker. You have to be funny. And you cannot be big on social media. Like you go on TikTok, right? There's so many hot guys on TikTok. And this is like another double standard because we're social media people.
I'm amazed that you don't want that. Because wouldn't you want someone you could like bounce ideas off of?
No, because
Kevin hates social media. I love him.
I don't really love I don't know. I like it's
I
like
think I
feel
that
like to me
if I had a boyfriend where a girl was sliding in his DMs,
it's not even about the girls. I think I'm so extroverted and I'm so outgoing. Like I kind of like people that aren't like that. Like it balances me out. Imagine if I was with like someone who was just like me. We'd kill each other. We would literally kill each other.
Yeah, maybe that's why Kevin and I work so well. I need someone to ground me.
That is why, but this is what I was saying before. That is why you and Kevin work so well. Because people like on our level and our, like when I, like, you need, it's all about balance. Yeah. If I found someone just like me, it'd be fun for like a week. And then I'd be like, oh my God, I'm exhausted. Like I want to, I'm an old lady at heart.
That's true. I mean, I think you have a point there.
You get to go and travel and have fun, and we're gonna do this. But like you'll go home and you can hang with.
I want to travel.
You get downtime.
Yeah, but there's nothing I want to do more than like if I could, I would. This is my ideal.
Can we go on a cruise? I really want to go on a cruise.
No, fuck cruises.
Why?
Why do you want to go on a cruise?
All you can drink, all you can eat.
You can do that anywhere. Bitch, you can do that anywhere.
You know where I really want to go?
Let's go to the Philippines.
Wait, do you know where I really want to go?
All you can drink, all you can eat.
I really want to go see Brahms Castle.
Where?
Romania.
Down.
The original Dracula Castle. Wait, plan a trip. Let's book tickets right now.
I'm down.
Wait, let's do it right now.
COVID kind of fucked us.
Is there still COVID in Europe?
Clip it. That's a hard yes, but okay, love y'all.
Love y'all.
Bye. Follow Kitchen Witch. Vodka.
Be sure to follow the Kitchen Witch on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, especially if you love food and horror and fun and
hot girls. And Brogan's hot.
Because now I have Layne, so there's hot girls involved.
No, Brogan's sexy as fuck. Okay, follow her.
Love you guys. Peace
Bye.
out. A-Town down.
Hey! I'm gonna ask them if honey I'm gonna order. Hi, is this your Broadway location?
Mm-hmm. You gotta get a cheese pie. Do you like toppings?
Everything.
Okay, so this is what I like. A cheese pie with sausage, black olives, and peppers.
The black olives threw me, but I'm down.
And we gotta get a side of ranch.
Yo, you're really fucking me up here.
Well, you don't have to, it's side. You don't have to use it.
Okay.